smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Yeah, I've been so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't panic surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry for James Conner. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Got a man open. It's Ross. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Ross, complete. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. and I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On second down now, Raymond. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Let's go, team.
2nd and 13. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already 11th. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Sets up a 3rd down and 18.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. A first scoring update now from Carolina. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st down, Cincinnati.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there. Now a give, right side. Raymond. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Go! Let's go!
The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 45-yard line. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Back to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care of.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions. but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And now this throw complete to Washington. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw. Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Point after try forthcoming. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken about the 12. And he's in for 6, a Steeler touchdown. He returns the kick 88 yards to the house. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Got to do better. Come on.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, Raymond. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Austin. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That's good for a Steelers 1st down.
Right back to Connor here on first. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now a handoff looking right. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people?
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jordan Willis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw, and the pressure gets to him again. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Meanwhile, the second quarter score from Carolina. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff...
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. Room here to run. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time, because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Connor. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll look to throw here. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 25-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll set up a throw, and that's complete. It's Green here. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll drop the throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up on a former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Back to throw here. Going deep to the end zone for Juju. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 49 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Ryan Saxter point up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Right back to him on first down. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
He'll look to throw. Green brings it in. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36. So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll try the left side. Raymond. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On first down, Benjamin. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Throw left side, complete to Ross. 15 yards on the play, first down.
First and goal, Cincinnati.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. 2nd and 4. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Willis, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's caught at the 25. And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. 2nd and 9 now. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. 2nd and 15. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal, a great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 30, 20, 10, 5. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 for a Bengals TD. A try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Here we go. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. 12 yards there and a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On the double. Nice 50. Let's go. Double time, double time. 4 down. Check.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going deep to the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, 32 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Hey, check mine. Watching you grind. All you get is a headache.
They'll keep it on the ground. Raymond, and he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally down at the 9-yard line. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Partner, so much for situational football because that's the absolute last thing you want to do when you're protecting a lead in the fourth quarter. Not only do you lose yardage, but you find a way to go out of bounds and stop the clock.
On second down, Raymond. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on third and goal. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
They'll keep it on the ground. Raymond. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good job there defensively to stop him for a gain of just 4, and that'll bring up fourth and goal.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, They're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
31's the mic.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. They try to take a shot there on second down, and that leaves them, because of the incompletion, a very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with the time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that if you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Bengals grab it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead is now 13. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
2nd down and 10.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Cincinnati, they continue to keep